What up, what up, what up? What's going on, beautiful people? Jamari here, a.k.a. Sir Haugy Huxtable, a.k.a. the man with the plan, a.k.a. young broke boy, never not broke again.
God.
We are here to talk about, yes, the commute. Oh, yeah. If the a.k.a., if you don't, a.k.a., I'm going to let it spray. Yeah, all that shit. I fucked that all the way
This nigga like Chris Rock in his special, bro.
I fucked that all. Hey, we are on the commute, man. Fuck the intros, man. We are one take Drake. That's all we gonna do. Yeah, man, I'm feeling good, man. I got to my left. You guys is right. The man, the myth, the legend, Millz.
Loving the style. Simony Adam holding them down. It was good. It was good. It was goody.
Is that how we doing it?
We lit. We lit.
I like this jacket, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
His jacket is clean.
Very
man.
nice.
It's kind of cold out,
Sherpa.
man.
Yeah.
Sherpa, yeah.
That joint's
Corduroy
hard,
Sherpa,
bro.
Yeah.
I think so. This is actually from Germany.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dog.
dog.
Give him time.
Yeah.
Shout out to the homeland.
All right, now. And to my right, you guys is left. Midnight.
Hey, it's your boy Midnight Geist in the building. Stereotypical boy out here, man, rocking with the Midnight Media team, rocking with SnaggleTooth in this bitch. We here.
This episode is sponsored by Midnight Media, your one-stop shop to all media needs.
It may not be sponsored by Midnight
We'll talk
Media.
about semantics. We'll talk
Much
about
longer. We have a new sponsor coming in soon.
All right,
We'll have more sponsors on the table. We'll have more
We
sponsors.
have a new sponsor coming in very soon.
every episode.
Midnight Media is not gonna pull out.
Yeah, man. How your boys feeling, man? You feeling good?
Shit, yeah. Bro, feeling great, honestly, man. Ecstatic, as they like to say, man. You know, I've been wilding out. I ain't gonna hold you, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
I've been going out, a lot more than I usually do. Been seen in the streets a little bit more. We got some stuff going on, a few festivals and things coming to hit the streets sometime soon.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How about you, Millz?
I'm feeling big.
Boss.
I mean, big.
Bro said I'm in the lab.
Not in the sense of weight or anything like that. It's like, nah.
You know.
Yeah. You know what it is. You know what it is. Nah, man. I'm feeling different, man. I'm feeling different. You know what I mean? A lot of life things going on. You know what I mean? So
You got Mr. Carter in the
yeah,
building.
Yeah, feeling different, man.
Not
different.
this nigga
I'm
quoting
here.
Wayne though.
For the real Wayne fans, you caught it,
bro. I know
you know.
what it is. I know.
What y'all boys looking forward to this upcoming week? This upcoming month, really.
Shit, let me pull my calendar
Yeah, it's a
out,
lot going
nigga.
on,
Like,
man. March is a big
sheesh.
month,
bro.
I go to work and I go home. These fellas right here, man, working.
I got a
March-
meeting
March-
after this.
March is a big.
Yeah.
Big, oh my God,
Big month.
big month. Yeah,
Yeah,
March,
it's a lot of
April.
shit.
April's kind of big too, but not as heavy. It's just like bigger events.
Some in the water.
Something in the water. Something in the water is in April.
Shit ton of events coming up. I got a gala I'm going to this week.
Okay. So I got some big days coming up, man.
Yeah, a lot of.
These events that you guys go to, are these typically more professional, more casual? What's the take? Are there refreshments? Like,
I'm
what's
there where the
typically-
bitches get drunk, bro.
Okay, so that explains that. All right, so I know the venues. I know the events that you go to.
Yeah, I go to a little bit of both. Not too many professional events these days, but at one point I was going heavy on the mixers. The professional mixers.
Time, man.
A lot of it,
They're cool.
Still hit the professional joints, but they still be getting lit.
Oh, they get lit at the
That's the
professional joints.
thing, bro. Like,
They might get more lit at the professional joints.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
some of them aren't accustomed to getting lit and things like that. So, they get a couple drinks in them and
Just go.
it just happens.
yeah,
go,
yeah.
man.
People be turning up, bro.
Yeah.
Shouts out to the nightclubs and stuff.
Hey, man, you gotta get the money somehow, man. You
Yeah,
know, gotta make
yeah.
them revenue. Gotta make it. Nah, I asked that because, what I've seen is that typically when I go out to events or not galas per se, but just events, social events, happy hours, alcohol is always a very, very deciding factor in who shows up, who doesn't show up. I remember there was one event, I can't remember, it was at, what was the place called? I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
Where was it at? Like, what
Downtown
area?
Norfolk. What's that event space?
Norfolk. Gather.
No, not gather. The
Assembly.
Yes, it was assembly.
Yeah.
There was an
Shouts
event
out
there.
to Assembly.
And there was an event there.
Shouts out to Ryan, I think his name is.
He's EXO or
And that's the guy who owns it. His name's Ryan.
Shout out Ryan. Great space, man. But yeah, there was an event there, and it was sent out, and I can't remember the name of the event, but on the flyer said no refreshments. You know, it's just kind of like more of like a seminar sort of. You know, you go there, you talk, you network, you leave. And I think that played a very big factor on who showed up because it wasn't a normal crowd per se.
Yeah.
Then they had another event that I went to, and they had refreshments, open bar, blah blah blah. Everybody
Open
was anybody.
bar.
Yeah, open bar. Everybody who was anybody was there, right? Everybody who was anybody
money.
was there. You know, they had the money, right? But I think another big factor was the refreshment. You know, you could drink to your liking. You could do what you want. Reminds me of Elephant in the Room, the forum that Fro had back at NSU in 2021. You know, they had open bar. You know, they were walking around with you want a drink, you want, you know, and people were giddy.
Where are all these invites to all these events that you be going to?
Word. I'm thinking like, what? Like, you got all these open bars.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out LinkedIn, man.
Jamari don't never.
Y'all get on LinkedIn, man.
Nah, bro.
Literally, people would just be like, yo, I got this event. What's his name? Vivian Odin. Shouts out Vivian from the Hampton Roads Community Foundation. She hit me up about one of the events at Assembly. You know, so
But
it's
you ain't
just
hit us.
He ain't us, exactly.
it was last minute.
People don't be your people.
It was
That's
last.
what I'm saying,
Here we go. Back to the topic, though. I only say that is because alcohol is a very, very big vice that everybody has. You know, if everybody doesn't know, Nate doesn't drink, which is crazy to some people. I know when I'm out with Nate, and you know everybody's drinking, having a good time, and there's like, yo, you want a shot or you want to drink? Nate's like, I don't drink. Their eyebrows fucking go to their forehead. They're like, why? What's wrong? Why not?
I can't tell you how many times I've been told that's really good. That's so impressive. Oh my, I could never.
Right.
I can't.
And then
tell
they
you how
proceed
many
to start
times.
drinking. It's like,
I can never tell you.
but it's crazy to think that people in our age gap in this generation don't drink. There was one point at time where I forswore alcohol for a couple months because I was doing some certain things. I was getting ready for my powerlifting competition. I forswore alcohol. So when I'm out with people that I typically go drink with, and I tell them, yo, I'm good. I drink some water. They look at me like I'm crazy, you know, which makes you think, damn, am I alcoholic? Like, is it weird for me not to drink? Like, is that not normal for you not to see me with a drink in my hand, a beer, you know, whatever, a mixed drink, a cocktail? So I only say that because I think alcohol has a very big role in our society. So I'm curious on what you guys' take on if it's a good one, it's a bad one. You know, should there be changes to how alcohol is perceived or how it's introduced to people?
You want me to go?
I'm trying to open an alcohol company, so I can't speak on this.
Because
Mixers by Millz. By midnight.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you for. I'll just say our age group or whatever. You know what I mean? I'll say I can't even say our age group. Let me go 40 and under.
That's us, millennials.
For that 40 and under, fiends.
21 to 40.
Yeah, 21 to 40. Fiends for the alcohol, bro. And that would be, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for every little thing, right? So, you know what I mean? I see a lot of it on social media. Yo, we should go camping and get drunk. Yo, we should go swimming and get drunk. Yo, we should go to the concert and get drunk. Or could you imagine this, being drunk? Or that?
If I was...
You got to do every single thing teed up. You know what I mean? And I think that's the worst part about it. Like, I mean, if we were just like a crazy party society to where everybody was always out and about enjoying each other's company, drunk or whatever, that's cool. But a lot of us do it in the confinement of our home and do it heavy, you know, which is the worst part about it all. But like I said, that, you know, we got to do it for every little thing. You know what I mean? It seems like we're fiends, that we can't enjoy ourselves without the accompaniment of alcohol. And that's I think that's sad as a society.
All the activities that you touched on, though, I don't drink personally, but that shit sound lit.
Camping.
It all sounds lit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
You know, but it is the piece that, like, you have to rely depending on it. And, like, for me, man, that's always an issue with, like, even, like, going into, like, the ideas of, like, looking for love and partnership. Is like, I don't want nobody who's stuck to that. I don't need alcohol glued to your hip to go out and have a good time. I mean, I like the occasional joint is she just got the bottle of wine that she break open every now and then. I mean, I guess to me that just feels sophisticated. Maybe I'm in a whole other space, but sitting here taking shots. If you taking shots past hard shots, salute, all having a great time for me personally, and you're doing that while your homegirls past 35, I'm like, is this a special occasion? Is there things going on?
Bingo.
Is this your average weekend? Now, if it's your average weekend, I'm terrified of what's going on. What are you doing? But shouts out to the alley because some of them ladies be doing it. They still look good doing it. I still might pull up and drop my number off.
Yeah.
But I ain't keeping.
Shout out to the Scally.
I want to ask this question to you, Nate, and before I go to my thing.
Oh, Lord.
Because, you very big in nightlife. When you...
I am.
You're very active in nightlife. When you're out at these nightlife events, these clubs, these bars, do you see, I wouldn't say repeat offenders, but do you see a normal crowd?
It's always the same people.
Same people.
It's the same people who are in there. I mean, not to throw the nightlife industry in a dumpster or anything like that, man. But it's a lot of the same people. It's very regular people. They're all sleeping with the same exact people. They all party and do their regular everyday life with the same people. And a lot of times, it does show signs of early alcoholism. It does, not even early. Some of them, man, it's night and day who they are outside the world and who they are every Friday and Saturday night. And it's consistent every Friday and Saturday night.
So every Saturday, Friday, Saturday night, they, it might be some Fridays, Saturdays, they just drink a little bit. Other Saturdays, they may be going hard. So they're going hard.
Nah, bro, if you really get active in the club scene, where it becomes rough is it becomes literally like my homeboy, I ain't gonna shout him out up here because I don't know if he want to get told on himself, but
Anonymous.
He considers it a cult, so it's you're going to see these same people every Friday and Saturday. You're going to go turn it with the same people to where you all get to know each other, on a deep, drunken level. But then the minute that they leave, they don't talk to each other. They're not friends outside this whatsoever. We're only drinking buddies. I only see you this Friday and Saturday night, and I see you every single one. But then outside of this, we're not cool. We don't talk. And then when they do get cool and start to talk, then it's literally just a group of people who are making bad decisions together. So it's one of those things, man, where it's kind of sad to see because a lot of these businesses, they are able to operate and build because of that clientele that's continuously coming in. But it's not good for the people who are there on a regular basis. Yeah. And that's why I stopped working in the clubs, too. It's I do media. I don't like risking my equipment there, dealing with a lot of drunks. Crazy. But on top of that, sometimes I'm y'all some pieces of shit. I don't want to see y'all outside of this. Why do I want to put my energy in here?
Right. Yeah. No, that's a very good point. It's just when you're drunk and it reminds me of an alter ego in a sense. That's not you when you're sober. The decisions you make, the things you do, the way you act is totally different than when you're sober. Yeah. And I resonate with the whole drinking thing because at one point I wasn't clinically diagnosed, but at one point I considered myself an alcoholic. It was 2019, just graduated from college. Shouts out. What do you go Monarchs, And I was in a rut. There's this thing called post-graduation depression because you don't know what you're going to do next. I got my degree. I was working on some campaigns, but, it was more volunteer work and just trying to get my foot in the door, but I really wasn't doing anything. I didn't have a compass. I didn't have a purpose. I didn't feel my purpose was there. So every weekend, I would go out and get drunk. Just about every weekend. And I was saying,
where you get the money from?
My job. My job, But that's the thing. I was staying at home, so I wasn't paying rent. I was paying, phone bill. That's really it. Phone bill and some other small stuff.
You was volunteering, so I was like, damn, where's this man getting the money to go party every weekend?
Was not getting paid from volunteering for working on his campaigns. But I would go out every weekend and get shit-faced drunk, And that played a very, very, very big role in who I was as a person. It got to the point where I was getting drunk during the week. I would, get off work or get done volunteering, and I'd be like, I really don't feel like going home. I want to go get drunk. So I would sometimes just go dolo.
Yeah.
Go to a bar.
Damn.
There were some times where I would have a job interview, and I would miss the job interview because I was hungover from the night before.
Damn.
So it played a very big role in my being at the time because I waned so hard on that alcohol. I leaned on the bottle so much where I didn't know things were wrong until it was really too late. And I say that because it's like, I struggle with it for a long time because it's very big in my family, especially, my not my immediate family, my relatives, right? They're alcoholics. I'm gonna keep it above. They're alcoholics. They drink like fucking sailors. Every time I go see them, every time I hang out with them, they always say, "Hey, taste this," or "Hey, let's go here and get some drinks," or "Hey," and it's like, "Hey, let's catch up. How are you? How you feeling?" They've always got a bottle in their hand.
We can do that when we lit.
Yeah, we can do it when you lit, but
Exactly.
A specific family. But it's just like, I think alcoholism is somewhat not hereditary, but if not addressed properly, can get passed down generationally, from generation to generation. Because that's all you see growing up. If you see your grandparents, if your parents, your aunts, uncles, and stuff, all they do is drink after work or during the day. You think that's okay because they still seem functional. They still seem okay. So when you get up, you get older, you've got some trauma, whatever. I had some trauma. That's why I waned on the bottle. You've got some trauma. You don't know how to address it. What do you go to? You go to the first best thing, the next best thing, alcohol. It numbs it. You don't have to worry about it. You push that shit to the side. You just get there. You have fun. You let that alter ego take over for a couple of hours or for whatever the case may be. Then you see your parents do that. What do? You do the same thing. You weigh on the bottle, and at that point in time, that's all I really did. It wasn't until COVID happened and I really had face value because I wasn't able to go out anymore. Mm-hmm. So instead of going out, getting fucked up at the house, which isn't good because you drink it by yourself, that really, really makes you spiral. Really makes you look at yourself in the mirror, which is what I did. And like, damn, I look like a piece of shit. I'm 205 pounds. I look fucking a mess. I'm getting paid $10.50 working at a damn towing lot. What am I doing with my life?
Shouts out to the towing lot, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the towing lot was cool.
We got a katana from
that.
Katanas, Nintendo Switch.
Shouts out to the towing lot, though.
But in terms of my purpose or whatever the case may be, I didn't have one. I was really just being a dirtbag, being a shitbag, and I think if I would have continued down that road, I'm gonna be real. If the pandemic didn't happen, I don't know where I'd be right now. I'm gonna be honest.
But I don't mean to laugh at you, but
no, you're good, man. It's funny in retrospect because I was fucked up.
You kind of rough on yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The dirtbag shit, you know what I mean? All types of stuff.
But it's true though. When you look at, if nobody was telling me this,
nobody's telling you you're a dirtbag.
Yeah, but it's true.
But why was it true? Because you were drinking?
No, because I wasn't being responsible. Yeah, it's okay to drink in moderation. Yeah, it's cool to have fun, but drinking every weekend, drinking to the point where you missing job interviews, drinking where you missing.
I don't think that makes you a dirtbag though.
Maybe a bum.
I wouldn't say that.
Alcoholic.
I think it was synonymous.
I mean, if you claim an addict, then you can claim that. But I work with addicts on a day to day. Like, I don't look at them like, oh, you're a dirtbag, you're a piece of shit. No, you're an addict dealing with addict shit.
Yeah, somebody
just
needs
is
help.
what it is.
Yeah, somebody needs help.
That's a professional way, politically correct here to say it. It sounds good. It sounds good.
Well, when I think of the term dirtbag, I couldn't think of a scumbag. You know what I mean? Like a low life. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think alcoholic in a different category. You know what I mean? Because you have your functioning addicts. You know what I mean? And then you have your
sloppy one.
Yeah, your sloppy addict.
You could be a
dirtbag
being an alcoholic.
You could be, but I don't think just because you were. You know what I mean? I think that behavior, you know what I mean, missing interviews and stuff like that, I don't think it's scumbag behavior. I think it's just irresponsible. Yeah. You know what I mean?
A little bummy, yeah.
A little bummy, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
But not dirtbag.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I disagree. But, just because I knew that there was more to it than that, but I didn't have that compass.
Whatever it takes you to motivate yourself.
Yeah, no.
Whatever it takes.
Am I venturing into the fashionable street? Do you see this cup?
But back to it though. It's just, I don't know. It just seems. It just didn't. What's up, man? What's going on, man? Talk to me.
Yeah. I feel like we about to get the full story of Jamari's whole life.
Nah, not even that. Just these past 3 years.
Yeah.
I just think that me not.
It was no, all right.
Yeah, all right here, fellas.
All right.
We here for a real conversation, but also a good time.
I did get serious. That's my fault.
No, I was just
No. It can be serious.
No. I was just weak off him being weak.
It can be serious. I definitely want it to be serious too. But you do hold yourself a lot, you know.
Yeah, 'cause that's nothing.
You carrying yourself right now. You don't need to carry yourself like that.
It's no laughing matter. It's no. All right.
Oh, you're a great guy, Jamari. That's all I'm saying. You're a great guy. That's all I'm saying.
You were being pretty rough with yourself.
That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing.
That's just how I feel. I just feel like that at that time and space in my life, I could have been doing better, but I didn't. I relied on the bottle more than whatever I need to do, my moral compass, my purpose, whatever it may be. My question for y'all is, how do you, I'm not sure if you know of any alcoholics or how do you tell that person, hey, you've got a problem? How would you address it? You deal with addicts.
So you really don't address it. You can, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to be in vain. I think for the most part they have to want to address it. Yeah, that's the first part. And then once they bring it up, they say, "Yo, you know, do I have a problem?" Or you know, or they tell you, I think I need help. Or at that point you can be like, "Yo, about time." Because look, let me tell you, you know what I mean? You are the worst. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's but I don't think initially that anybody's really should bring it. You, like I said, you can do intervention style, or you could just have a combo 1-on-1 or whatever. But yeah, I think it's up to them to reach the point to where they want it to be addressed, and then at that point, you go from there, conversations or therapy or whatever the case may be. But
sometimes your kids are like Icarus, and they get like. Sometimes you gotta let they toe touch the sun a little bit. Oh Lord! Like I'm a firm believer in that, but only because I've experienced so many people in my life who were really like dealing with alcoholism. Like you said, it's bad when you're not able to do your regular functions. Like where you're saying I was missing work and jobs because I was hungover. Like that's when it's like, all right, yeah, you have a problem, you have an issue. Then a lot of times when you address somebody for that, it's like, no, I'm good, I'm this, I'm that. So I'm a firm believer in, all right, well, I'm going to let you wallow in it just a little bit then. I'm going to let you feel it. I done got in real fights, like fist fights over alcoholism. So for me, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going to tell you straight up how it is. If you don't want to sit here and listen to it, I don't want you to have the same access to me like you got previously. Like I'm just not, and obviously it takes a lot to get to that level and get that bad. Because even you talking about you like a few years ago, it's like, I ain't know any of that shit.
Exactly. And that's the point I was going to make. When you start, when alcohol is one of your top priorities, you're putting it over people, you're putting it over, you know what I mean? And you made some irresponsible choices by missing, maybe job interview, stuff like that. But never at any point was it an apparent issue to the point where like, yo, he's not drunk. He's kind of irritable. He's kind of, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It was never anything like that. I think that's really, the point of no return. You know what I mean? When that's your number one.
I ain't never had to kick you out of the house. I ain't never have to see you squabbling over a bottle nowhere. I ain't never get to hear no stories or anything. To me, bro, it was solid. Which is why we saying you weren't no dirtbag.
Yeah, you wasn't a dirtbag.
Yeah, you weren't a dirtbag. That's different. Like that's a whole different.
Y'all watching live the Commute therapy, right? You know what I mean?
Tune in.
Tap in. Anybody that needs it, give us a call at 757.
I got family members though, man, like really close. And you said not your immediate. I got immediate family members that was like relied heavily on the bottle. And relying on it, man, they kind of made music off that shit, bro. I got a few mixtapes back in the stash, referencing that. But I say all that to say, it got to a point where it's like, how much are you willing to lose as a person over a bottle?
And that's what I said, yep.
And I think eventually you're going to get to a place where realistically, when it comes to addicts, you're going to get to a place where you make a decision for yourself, or you're going to lose yourself, whether that's mentally, physically, emotionally, but a lot of times it's physically. And a lot of times you lose yourself like you're not here no more. So it just is what it is. But that is a major vice. I mean, alcohol is a giant vice that we don't often look at with people. We'll often tackle because we made such a culture of it. Where, like I said, the party scene, like the nightlife scene, everything is alcohol. You know, I think it's interesting because you go to other countries and they drinking at 14. You know, like it's an interesting thing.
But the thing with other countries though is that it's not abused the same way it's abused here. We went to Europe. We went to Amsterdam. You know, we met some people there. Some people from France, and the young lady said, "Shouts out Lawrence." She said that I was drinking wine at 16, but when we went out and drank with her, she was very, we were going hard, because we were, out of the country or whatever. But she was very sophisticated with the way she drank. So I feel like in other countries, the bottle of wine.
So her name was Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence with a W.
How she look?
Yeah, she looked good.
All right, Lawrence, come on the pod. Fly
So the thing I have to say about that is, the longer that you've been doing things, the more regular it becomes. And so it's not a big thrill, not a big thing. You know what I mean? So those people that start smoking or drinking or whatever at 14 years old, by the time they are of legal age to do so, okay, big whoop. I've been doing this for years,
But
so
I
I feel like
disagree with that though, because there's some people that start drinking, doing drugs at 15, 16, 17 that continue or even enhance it, do harder stuff as they get older. So I guess my question is that
on the commercial, it's a gateway drug.
maybe not a gateway drug, but like when we look at how drugs and alcohol is used here in America versus how it's used abroad, what's really that contributing factor of making people go to that next step? Because over abroad, they chilling. There's no opioid crisis in Europe, I don't think. There's no alcoholism.
I'm sure there is.
Maybe in Scotland, I don't know.
Sure, is
I think it's the recreational scene, and I think it's the demand on your day-to-day life. So here in America, like work is like it. You know what I mean? Like that's like a heavy thing. You work, work. You know what I mean? Work. You know what I mean? Like that's like. But Japan, they respect. Like you have respect about your life. You're like, I don't know if it's like legally or if it's the culture. A lot of them return home for lunch, eat lunch with the family.
Yeah.
A lot of them are able to nap during the day, to get refreshed. I think they're
doing like
work.
10-hour days though.
I mean, but again, even if so, I was working 17-hour days. You probably you pulling 15. You know what I mean? Okay,
crazy.
They working 10 hours,
Crazy
but
days.
throughout that 10 hours, I got to go see my family, have a meal with them. I got to get some rest. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm doing actual productive work and not just mindless a zombie. You know what I mean?
Well, that's China.
So yeah, man, I don't know.
I think it's the rat race here that we got in America. I think that plays a really big factor. There's not that rat race over in Europe. I'm not gonna say it's more laid back because they do have 10-hour days. But I think it's more balanced with the work-life balance. And they have benefits. They got universal health care or something. They have better benefits than what we have here in America. Some jobs, that's not a requirement. That's an option.
I'm about to give you a real hot take.
That's a great point, though. What you said. What's the hot take?
I gotta hear that.
I got it. I'm just
newsflash.
I'm just saying it like this, man. Like we here in America have a way of killing ourselves slowly, where other people will just end that shit quick. Like, look at Japan. Like, they literally have a forest for people to go and kill themselves. The shit's legalized. You can go and kill yourself, and they do at high rates in Japan, dealing with all these other stressors. Here, you can't go and do that. Everybody wants to stop you from doing this. So people instead will drown in the bottle. And quite frankly, it's a lot of peer pressure of, oh, I loathe this. I loathe life. Oh, it's a lot of complaints. It's a lot of this isn't where I want to be. I'm not where I want to be. It's literally slowly killing ourselves. And you find other people who are doing the same thing that you're doing. You find how to get together in groups. And y'all just slowly take yourself out for everything. And then you get to a point also where, like, your body's dependent on all these other things.
Withdrawals.
Yeah. So now it's like, well, shit, if I don't go and continue to kill myself, I'm going to die. So I think that's the difference when it comes to a lot of cultures. Like I said, other places, if people ain't feeling it, hey, man, they ain't here tomorrow. Here, if you feeling it, maybe you going to take a slower route. And because we kind of like 50-50 on certain things, like, yeah, this is what's also optically seen as fun. Okay, I've seen Project X. I know what I was doing as a youth. And some people were also, like how you like to talk about, sheltered. They didn't get to see a lot of the other things. So when they finally get a hold of it, they act up a little bit. And I think all those things should start to clash a little bit. We have a mix of people who never got to do this and they're experimenting, I guess we'll say. And then they see other people who are really stuck on it and they think, oh, this is fun. This is what's supposed to be. It's how life's supposed to go. I mean, all in all, man, we need to be talking to our kids, quite frankly. That's where it always starts. It starts with the kids and letting them realize there's a lot more to life than what people portray it to be. And shit is not exciting as we portray it to be either.
That's a great point. To go along with what Jamari said, I think that people elsewhere have the luxury to be able to enjoy it as well. So one of the primary purposes of drinking, mood-altering substance, to alter your mood, run away from a lot of stresses and things like that. Not to say that other countries don't have stresses in day-to-day life, but a lot of the things that we're talking about, a lot of the reasons why people drink, imbalance between your work and personal life. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm about to go drown myself in the bottle. I mean, something crazy happened, you know what I mean, or whatever. I'm sad or whatever. I'm about to go drink. You know what I mean? I can't afford health care or whatever the case may be because this country is whack. You know what I mean? Wild. I don't know what else to do. Like Nate said, I'm gonna do it myself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna drink myself to death or whatever. So I think some of these other countries have the leisure kind of to be able to sit back and just kind of enjoy it. You know what I mean? I'm not really worried about much. You know what I mean? Not to, like I said, I don't want to make it seem like they don't have any struggles or anything, but a lot of us are just, we're running from stuff. You know what I mean? Running from the day-to-day stresses and the burden and the rat race, like you were saying. You know what I mean? I think that's control. I think that's one reason why here is so heavy. You know what I mean?
I think we give people too much control over too many things.
It's America, though, right? You can't take away people's rights.
I mean, I understand.
You can't take away their beer.
You can't take away their beer.
I understand.
You can't take away
I'm
their
not
fried
talking
chicken.
about how much they're taking.
Or their guns.
But what I'm saying is this, heavy. I say this to people all the time, especially when it comes to business. Heavy is the fucking crown. That's just what it is. You have all these freedoms. You have all these liberties. You need to have a strong as mental state and mental fortitude to get through everyday life. Because if you don't, then all those freedoms and liberties become literally death sentences. That's just what it is. That's how it's built. It turns from freedom to pressure. So you got to have a strong mental state. You got to be comfortable with who you are, know what it is that you want, and keep on working through your everyday path and don't fall prey, quite frankly, to what is seen as the norm. Because when we look at America, the norm is really not really successful. Separate yourself. Be successful.
Man, they dropping bangers tonight,
Bangers.
man.
Big
Goodness
bangers.
gracious. I'm motivated now. I'm about to clean my act up, man. I'm on it.
You cleaned your act up as you told us.
Yeah, man. I remember when I, there was that time period when I wasn't drinking and, it's definitely different. You know what I mean? People definitely look at you different, The first question is always why.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
That is always.
You know what I mean?
What's wrong?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, just because I don't drink or I don't feel like drinking.
What's wrong?
I mean, it's and I agree with Nate, as well. You know what I mean? We got to break that social norm beginning probably with the kids and, you know what I mean, going up, you know what I mean? But it's strange, man. Going through that time period, for one, I was saving a lot of money. A lot of us don't realize how much you spend on alcohol. I mean,
I need to stop buying fast food.
Yeah, since then, I've purchased alcohol in a smarter way. Well,
I got sponsors now.
Well, essentially, long story short, pregame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the way to go. Okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we got to break the social norm.
Why though?
Why what?
Why? Now we getting into the nitty gritty, as Jamari would like to say. Why pregame? Like, what's the benefit of the pregame? You know what
Pregame?
I mean?
Save money.
But, okay, skip past the saving money. What I'm saying is, do you need the pregame for going out? Because you're going to have a good time regardless if you're with the people you care for.
I'm saying if you're going to consume alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
I suggest pre-gaming.
Now I'm stuck on, like, because this is from a position of not drinking.
Yeah.
What's
Outside
the
kind of
benefit
thing.
that y'all have from drinking? Because all I see is an expensive-ass drink.
Yeah. No,
What is
it
the benefit of alcohol?
Yeah, like, what's,
Okay, so for somebody like me, I'm naturally more introverted. I like to peep the scene. I like to be on the scene, but not necessarily in the scene. You know what I mean? I like to scope out, blah, 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 get some drinks in me. I might like to be on the scene, be involved in the conversation instead of just observing the conversation. You know what I mean? Things like that. And for a lot of people, that's what it is in those type of social settings. Once again, a lot of us don't do that. We sit at home and we're sad and whatever. You know what I mean? We just want to, you know what I mean, just drown in the bottle. You know what I mean?
saying it loosens
But
you up personally.
But for people like me, loosens us up, enhances the good. I'm gonna have a good time no matter what. It enhances the good time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Takes a little bit further. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say it's a need, not for somebody like me, and that's I think a problem. A lot of people are just boring now. You don't know how to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't know how to have fun, just say
Like I
that.
said, I got to loosen up a little bit to walk into the club, to holler at the
Walking in
bitches.
the front door, yeah.
Now, I will say, you know, maybe I need that sauce because I be in here like, damn, she look good. I don't know if I'm really trying to take that step. You telling me that shot of whiskey might get me over there.
They don't call it liquid courage for nothing, man.
Facts. So for a fact, so generally I'm not the type to hunt. You know what I mean? I fish.
Got this fucking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what it is. Yeah.
I ain't searching for him.
Yeah, so get a couple drinks.
Now it's hunting time.
I might be on the prowl.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All
I
right.
might be on the prowl. You know what I mean? But yeah, just some liquid courage. You know what I mean? Something to enhance.
For me, yeah, I kind of resonate with Josh a lot with that, with Millz, with you know, I am definitely more reserved when I'm sober versus when I'm intoxicated or have some drinks in me. I do think that does play with some social anxiety. I do get anxious in public. I'm always looking for, all right, where's the exit? You know, if shit pop off, how am I going to get my people out, you know, in the right way to make sure everybody's good, you know? So I'm always, you know, that's what makes me so, you know, anxious and, you know, why I'm not as socially engaged as when I should be when I'm sober versus when I'm lit, you know, like Josh said. I'm on the scene. I'm in the action. I am the action. You know, I'm on the dance floor. I'm cracking jokes. I'm talking to people. You know, I'm making moves on X, Y, and Z. You know, so. But I do think that people weighing to the bottle so much going on is because they don't have those social skills. I go back to the pandemic. We were locked up for about a year, not talking to people. All we had was our phones, our computers.
Yeah,
you know, we having WebEx meetings. You're doing working from home. You don't have that social interaction. Us as humans are social human beings. So when you take that from us, a lot of us, even before the pandemic, were lacking in it. You take that away, they're lacking even more to the point where they can't even hold conversations. I don't know who said it. Somebody said this. I think it was a podcast or something. Guy said he went on a date with a woman, and she did not know how to hold a conversation.
That's every guy everywhere.
I was gonna say,
All right, so it's a common thing. But he said, yeah, you know, we sat down, you know, we were talking, and it was more of me talking and her just saying, yes, just one word responses, not really able to hold a conversation.
That might not
banging, but because she didn't hold a conversation, you know, he cracked the joint and kept it pushing. You know, it is what it is, right? You know, if you're not gonna be able to, if you're not feeding that thing in me, that social aspect of me, what's the point of us kind of continuing this? You know, other than, you know, one night stands or whatever. So it's like people.
I think that's overrated, personally.
One night stands?
No. Having somebody have to feed your social meter. Personally, I think that's
not
overrated.
feed your social media, but like if you see potential in the person, there's a checklist. We all have checklists, right? We all looking for something in people.
I grew up with a very small amount of friends, like very small amount. So going through that that lifestyle and getting to a place where like I really didn't talk to anybody for at all until my senior year in high school. And what happened is I had a few friends, and I was just like, people started to realize, Nate just doesn't give a fuck. Like really, in high school, like, I didn't care. I had no filter because y'all ain't never cared before about what I had to say. So why am I gonna, change myself depending on somebody else when I became me being in solitude? So now I got to a point where it's like, all right, I don't need to be the front liner dancing in the room in front of all these people who I don't know and don't care about. I don't need to go pull up on all these people and talk to all these people I don't know and I don't care about. Do I get any immense benefit from this? And it's like, maybe some more friends, but some more friends to go and do what? Because most of the time you going to do where you met them at. Like if I meet you at a bar, that's what you going to want to go and do is go hang out at the bar. Yeah. So I'm like, I want to go places where we're doing things other than this. I want to go, like we said, fishing, like for real fishing. That shit's fun. Yeah. And some people it's like, oh, it's a good time. It's a kickback. It's a vibe. I'll sit here and drink my beer and go on and fish. Other people, it's just all about the patience. Other people are really, really deep into it. The
technicality.
Yeah, the technicalities of fishing. And it's like, I want to be around the people who love what it is that they do, regardless of any substance that they have going on.
Agreed.
And that's one reason why I love that VCU event we went to.
Great event. Shout out to VCU,
yeah, because no matter whether, bro, you should have pulled up. You know what I mean?
I couldn't.
I know, yeah.
I wanted to pull up.
But whether you were drinking or weren't, you know what I mean? Because honestly, to get a drink was a hassle. Another reason to pregame. You know what I mean? It's a hassle sometimes to be able to get a drink.
Yeah.
But whether you were drinking or you weren't, plenty to do, and it was a great time. Whether you wanted to dance, they had all types of games. Yeah, shuffleboard and, cards, all types of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. I enjoyed those spots the best to where, people like you, people like me, whoever, you know what I mean? Whether you want to drink or whether you don't want to drink, we can all have fun.
Yes.
And I mean, that's the type of scene I like. So, like I said, fishing, that's cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It could be a good time. It's completely sober. You know what I mean? Once again, for somebody like me, it might enhance it, especially if it's a bunch of us on a boat or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take a couple drinks. You know what I mean? But I don't feel myself, dependent on it. But I do see, as society has kind of leaned heavy on the bottle. You know what I mean? I could say alcoholism is definitely a big issue, man. You know what I mean? So we gotta break out of the norm.
So with that being said, we talked about problems with it. What do you think a resolution would be to kind of address this alcohol issue that we're having in America?
You just got to make it not cool. That's usually just how it goes. You know what I mean? Because we've seen disaster. We're going to keep drinking. We've seen, people go broke, families broken, all types of stuff. You know what I mean? People have died. Like, we've seen all types of outcomes. Literally, the only thing that seems to be effective here is when people get like canceled or something's played out or something like that. That's kind of when people fall off of it. So these celebrities and, social icons and things of that nature maybe need to be the front runners for saying, hey, alcohol is not even cool. You know what I mean? Kind of just, drown it out that way and then, take that from that end. And then on the other end, kind of what Nate was talking about, as kids are growing up, parents in the households and stuff for, making it normal, and being seen doing it as well, not just teaching them to be able to have fun without any type of substances involved. You know what I mean? So if you're doing that, breaking them, those kids from early age, and then you got the, the adults that we're kind of attacking with, like I said, the social icons and stuff like that, like, man, you know what I mean? That the alcohol stuff is played out or whatever, blah, blah. Like, I think that's definitely probably one of the most effective ways to do it. I mean, just look at some of the things that have occurred over the last few years. Not everybody used to be in the gym. Not everybody used to work out. Now you can't do anything. You can't. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in the gym, what you doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to find somebody not working out. That was due to somebody made it cool. Yeah. People started making it cool. Somebody made it trendy. You know what I mean? So I think we need to do something very similar as far as a campaign goes with alcoholism. You know what I mean? Not necessarily to dead it completely.
Out of there.
Huh?
We got cigarettes out of there.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You rarely see cigarettes. You know what I mean?
Out of here,
people made it uncool. You know what I'm saying? Now, people do the vapes and stuff, but still, you know what I mean? Like, we essentially have to do a similar type thing.
I say we tax it 10x what we're taxing it right now.
Tax it.
You tax it 10x.
gonna be some good revenue for the city.
Because what happens from that point is, like I said, we live in a capitalistic society. So as long as there's money to be made, you're not getting rid of it. But if you raise taxes high enough on it, then it's like, all right, this shit is like not just liquid truth, it's now liquid gold.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not going to use this shit every day or hold on to this shit's special. I'm using this for the special moments.
I feel like that's only going to increase crime. People are going to either start making their own or they're going to start doing some corrupt stuff. You know what I mean?
In the bathtub.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? We done had plenty of people that was in prison. You know what I mean? They know how to make it at the crib.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Plenty of people that went to school for culinary arts and to be a chef, all types of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could whip something up.
Now
at
you're
home.
just getting hit for tax evasion.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Now you got people making moonshine essentially out of the crib.
Yeah.
And then
They
they're
do
gonna
that
start, and
now.
then they're gonna start selling it
They do that now,
because
yeah.
you know what I mean. So I think that's just gonna increase crime.
They
You know
had
what I
the
mean?
speakeasies and shit.
Man,
Yeah.
That's the reason behind it.
Yeah, they had the speakeasies and everything like that. I mean, like I said, man, it's when you live in a capitalistic society, all bets are off the table. Morality is off the table. What makes money? And that's just what it comes down to.
and that's what it's about, making
You
that
know,
dough.
They push that whole thing for cigarettes. Cigarettes expensive as shit, though. Like, for real, like, cigarettes are expensive. Only people still paying those is those who's truly, like, really addicted to it.
A pack an hour type.
Yeah, that's people buying. Everybody else, man, I'm moving to this vape. This shit not as bad for me, or so I think. I mean, I don't actually know the science behind the vapes, but it's a little bit cheaper. I think you want paying this. It tastes better. The flavors.
It's
are
actually
all-
not cheaper. I don't know if y'all knew that. Yeah, the vapes actually aren't cheaper.
Because they're like it's like technology. It's not just paper and methane. It's
All right, so with the
Over a
the
longer
thing
term.
with the thing with the vape, essentially it should be cheaper, right?
Yeah, over a longer term.
But people are so it's like the illusion of drinking Diet Coke, right? Or Diet Soda. It's not really that much better for you. You know what I mean? And so when people are hitting the vape, they feel like it's so much better than smoking
They can do it
cigarettes.
more.
They're doing it more. And so they're going through the oils and stuff a lot faster.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's maybe more expensive really to do the vapes the way that they do it because now they're mixing flavors, doing all, you know what I mean? They're going through.
I've seen people
I mean,
taper
so-
off though too, from like high levels of nicotine to low levels of nicotine.
Yes.
using
So health
vapes
wise
and
and,
everything.
addiction wise, I think it is very helpful. Way better than cigarettes. But price wise, I can't vouch on that.
Some people
Yeah.
get addicted to having something in their mouth though.
Eat some carrots or something.
chew some gum. Yeah, man. So I like those resolutions, man. You know, I think that's a really good step in the right way.
Yeah.
Not make it cool. I think there's a lot of social pressures behind drinking that people just get hooked and they don't know how to stop. And, you know, if it don't make money, like Dom Kennedy said, man, if it don't make money, it
Don't make sense.
So tax the fuck out of it, man. So
That won't down. He took that, but we gonna move.
in my eyes, Dom said that. But yeah, man. But yeah, I ain't got nothing else on the show notes, man. So I think that was a really good conversation of how we're gonna move forward from alcoholism. I've gotten better. I appreciate y'all for telling me I'm too hard on myself. I'm gonna continue to be hard on myself because, but it's
and
good
we're gonna
to,
we're gonna
to
give
know.
Jamari a hug once the cameras go off. Because, you know what I mean?
Subscribe to the Patreon if y'all want to see the hug. $5.
Yo, this man is wild. Subscribe to the Patreon to see a hug.
There you go,
Yeah.
man.
$10 over here.
See the handshake.
Yeah, bro, that's wild.
Job boys, got any closing statements before we wrap it up?
Yeah, all the ladies who don't drink hard liquor, but every now and then just drink wine. Give me a call.
Hard liquor do some age to you, man.
Give me a call if you drink wine sparingly.
Cab Sab, Red Blend, Merlot. Come on now,
Give me a call.
Riesling.
If you cannot handle your alcohol, stay at home.
Say it one more time, bro. I don't think they heard you.
Drive safely.
Please.
And when you're out and about, be smart, man.
Uber
Yeah.
if you pregame.
Yeah, I mean,
That $15 Uber will cost way less than a car accident.
my big advice with the drinkers: have a drinking buddy. You know, you and your buddy are accountable for each other, kind of. You know, and then maybe always have a possible third, somebody like Nate.
And
You know what I mean? Somebody who really isn't interested in the drinking and stuff like that. So they'll be, you know, they might have a drink, you know, to be social or, might not drink at all, but somebody that can definitely be aware of what's going on with everybody. You know what I mean?
DD should be an hourly position.
Yeah, you got this.
Pay your DD. Pay your DD.
$10 an hour. Yeah, man. All I can say is if you do think you have an alcohol problem, seek help. Don't be like me and think you can handle it on your own, because it's a losing battle. It took a lot of realization. So seek help.
Go 1-800-prevention if you need.
There you go.
Is that number?
I don't know.
I
think that might be the suicide.
We'll put it up at the end.
Yeah, that might be the
If you were a loved one, we'll put it up at the end.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
I know one of them is prevention something.
I feel like that is the
I think
suicide
that's
line. Yeah, I feel like that is.
They
the
changed the
suicide
number
line.
too. We'll talk about it a little later. The Commute.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the commute.